If you've never seen cotton bales after they're rolled up and wrapped, there it is on the left side of the road. Those are cotton bales. After the combine comes through, picks the cotton, you can see the white on the side, pink wrap on the around it to keep it dry. This is Mount Hope, Franklin, Alabama.
Mount Hope.
Campfires prohibited, high fire danger.
Okay. No campfires this round.
Wood or charcoal fires are prohibited except in the fire ring or grills located in developed recreation areas. Stoves or grills. Fuel by gas may be used.
So we can put them in the fire rings.
Well, evidently.
Okay. Let's get it going.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. In for a mile all uphill.
Mile and a half uphill.
Might as well give her her pill.
You got a ruby roof on?
Yeah, I'm digging everything out right now.
I'm sorry.
What? Are you ready? She says she's ready to go. Wait, Daddy got to put his pack on, honey. She is ready and raring.
Go on.
This way, Shy. Come. Come on, Shy. She didn't want to stop. She wants to keep on going. Go on. We hiked for an hour and stopped and took a little bit of a break, and it was almost 2 miles. We're wanting to try to do the 12 mile, which would be about a little over 4 miles a day. But I don't know. We'll have to see how we're doing by the time we get to camp the first night. So I'll get back with you in a little bit. Nice change to see a little bit of an open trail. It's been all growed up so far.
Yes, it is.
But we'll continue on and get back with you if we find anything interesting. Over, Shy. Well, these deep cut trails are hard to walk in.
We're on the 224 trail, Sipsey Wilderness, otherwise known as the Bunion Wild Horse Trail, I think. And well, a lot of it, well, you got to go downhill a little bit, you know, that 3/4 of a mile down, then the next mile's up. And we've been walking on the flat for a good ways, but our packs are heavy. I got enough food for 6 days if I was going solo. Whew.
Been hiking over 2 hours now.
We're taking another break because we're old and fat and crippled. Just enjoying the solitude.
Hi, I'm fat, and he's sassy. This is Fat and Sassy Outdoors. She puppy slobbering you. Hey, Shy. How's your baby girl? She just garden.
There she goes.
Yeah, she walking around looking and watching. Aren't you? Huh?
Yeah, we'll go for another hour. We'll get some lunch, I guess.
Okay. It's like a win. Oh, you gotta.
It's going on 11 o'clock now. I reckon we could just go ahead and make lunch now if you want. Of course, you just ate your snack. You had a snack late, didn't you?
It's 10:57 now.
By the time we cook lunch, it has to sit for 15, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could hang a hammock, and we wouldn't have to hang a hammock. Just make lunch, chill out here on this ground sheet. I guess we could.
Don't look my rough. Whatever you want to do, I mean. I figured we'd get another hour in before we ate, at least.
All right.
But it's however you feel. You're the one that has to eat on schedules.
Yeah, I can go another hour.
Okay.
I had my snack at 9 o'clock.
Cheyenne has to stay in my face right now. She's hugging. I can't even breathe.
She hugging you?
Yeah, she's mega hugging.
Hugs.
Mega hugging. Oh.
As you give them the hugs.
Daddy's turn.
Oh, yeah.
Daddy's turn.
You giving Mama hugs. Yeah.
Daddy turned for his. At least she don't hug your face like she does mine.
You good girl. She's panting.
Her body's hot.
Need some water too.
Yeah, I have to get her some water. Back on the trail. See if we can go a little bit further. This trail just keeps going on and on. I don't know how far we've went already since we had that break. The guy went by us and said that there was some water or a creek a mile ahead. How far do you think we've went already?
We went over a mile.
We went over the mile already? Yeah, I ain't seen no creek. So we're gonna press on and see how much further we go here. Lunchtime. Got rice with some chicken bouillon, Parmesan cheese, and minced onion. We just needed to add a little bit more water to it. It's a little dry. His has rice, chicken bouillon, dried chicken, dehydrated chicken.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yes, ma'am. Good too.
So this one a little bit different there. Tried to give some to Cheyenne and she just keeps burying it. So I tried. But we'll get lunch done and head on up the trail, try to get to the campsite. Hey, back on the trail. Let's head on and see if we can make it up to find the water and then also the campsite for the night. Tell you, this has been, there have been a lot of branches across and trees across the trail and trail all growed up and it's been a booger. Been getting them green burrs all over us and have to do tick checks later. Thank you, Shy, for peeing right on the trail. But we're just gonna head on and see what else we can find. I'll come back if I happen to see anything of interest and get back with you then. We're still going on looking for water. I just wanted to show you real quick all the leaves that's down, all these big leaves. It just makes it look like you're going through a junkyard or something. But it's pretty nasty. The trail is really hard to see, but we're going to push on. We're still trying to find water. It is 3:49 now. Well, we just came up on a little spring. So we went ahead and just made us a water catch, and we're going to try to find a spot here to camp for the night. We just having a time trying to find the trees we need for the hammocks. Because we have a widowmaker right here, which there's one behind me and here that would have been perfect, but the widowmaker's right there in the middle. So we're still looking. Oh yeah, gone up the hill, there he is, walked right into a rattlesnake. Holy crap, am I shaking like a leaf. I jumped down that hill and slid and fell and got out of there. Let's move on and leave him alone.
All right. Well, just to update y'all, it's 5:57 p.m. and we just hung our hammocks, made camp for a night. This trail ran out. It went right to a bluff and straight off the edge, dropped about 35, 40 foot. And I can't not find the trail. We've looked high. That's where Miss Molly found the rattlesnake. And I've looked low. And I mean, that trail just dead ends. And so there's another trail in the bottomland. We'll do a little bushwhacking tomorrow, I reckon. See if we can pick it up. And this trail and that trail is supposed to meet up. So about, I don't know, a couple miles on down the trail. So we'll give that a shot. But for right now, we just got to get our tarp put up and make some supper. We're both just wrung out. We walked 8 miles a day. We wasn't intending on walking that far, but we just couldn't find no water, and we needed water, so we just walked till we found a little spring, and I think Miss Molly may have videoed that. And we took some plastic and made a little dam, and was able to fill up all our water bottles. But it's getting dark, getting late, and we're feeling really tired.
My feet hurt.
Yeah, we're both hurting. My knees are killing me. My back.
Yeah, when I saw that snake, I went down the hill backwards, getting away from it. So
I told you, rattlesnake.
Well, he was yelling rattlesnake, but I couldn't really hear him. But then I heard the rattlesnake.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see it. I just heard it.
Yeah, but then whenever at the same time, I mean, it was all
coiled up.
Yeah, it was coiled up. Probably, I'd say, 2 foot from me.
Probably more like 3.5.
Oh no, it was not. I could have reached out and touched it.
Yeah.
Because that tree that was on this left side, it was right behind it. And I used it to pull myself up the hill.
He looked like he was farther away than that, but
no,
I'll take your word for it.
You should have went up there.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I went back up there.
He
and
was
on
close.
He was a big old rattler too, man.
I don't like rattlers.
He was going on up the hill when I went back looking for the trail, and he stretched out over 5 foot, and he was. I don't show you a whole lot on camera, but he was pretty fat, so he'd probably already ate. But
he was big.
It was a good one.
He was big.
If I didn't bring so much food with me, I'd have killed him and ate him.
But
it was a good eating size one.
I went flying down that hill and landed my hip right into a tree down below me. He said, I told you just to walk towards me. No, I was getting away quick.
You got away.
I got away quick.
Well, we got a tarp to put up.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to get our tarp up and get us some supper. And it's about time to turn in for the night. So we'll talk at you in a little while.
I messed up.
We're trying to still figure out where we're going to head from here.
I think we'll just go up.
Just go back to where we came.
Or we can camp up here on this ledge even somewhere. There's a couple spots we can camp up there.
We're both exhausted after doing so many miles yesterday. trail ended up in a bluff, and we couldn't find no other way to go, so we had to backtrack and come back. We just met a couple guys said that they have 5 kids and 2 other adults heading behind them, and they're scouting on ahead for that crew, and they're going, yeah, they're blazing the trail. They're going on ahead to see what they can find. We had to stop and take a little break after we got up to the top of this hill, and my back's hurting from falling over the hill last night to get away from that snake.
That will now and forever be Rattlesnake Holler back in there.
I don't think I ever want to go back there. I don't like this trail. This trail, it's like walking through a dead zone. There's nothing picture worthy, nothing, there's nothing. It's shabby looking, I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it's nice walking.
Yeah, it's nice walking, but
Especially
there's nothing really to look at.
No.
Like the other trails, you had the caves and the waterfalls and the bluffs,
yeah.
and this one you have nothing. Just nothing. I mean, you see, there's nothing. That's what you're walking through.
Just scrubbing.
Just scrubs, but we'll get back with you later. Yes, sir. We walked by some people that I guess they had a crew. I don't know if it was a Boy Scout group or what it was, but a Boy Scout group. And there was one poor little guy. I felt so sorry for him. His mama packed all canned foods. And I don't know why the Scoutmasters didn't check his load. His pack wasn't even hanging on him right. And
they packed him clothes for 4 days. He had clean clothes for 4 days.
Had clean clothes for 4 days and canned food.
Yep, four outfits or 5 outfits, something like that.
But that little guy, he kept screaming, "My back's breaking, my back's gonna break," and he was crying, and I felt so sorry for him. But like I said, I mean, I don't know why the Scoutmasters didn't try to check his pack, at least make it was riding on him right. They could have skimmed clothes down for him and all that stuff before they even left. But they didn't do that, and that little guy, he was throwing a fit. But just make sure you check your stuff. Make sure you pack as light as you possibly can with all your necessities. When you're out camping, you don't need a change of clothes for every day.
Yeah, when you're backpacking, that's a waste.
Yeah, you're backpacking, that's a waste. You just need to, I mean, we wear the same clothes when we're out for 3 days. And except the only thing we pack some night clothes and some change of underclothes if need be, and an extra pair of socks. But you're not out here to win a beauty contest or an award. And I mean, you put clean clothes on, you're going to start sweating right away, and they're dirty already anyways. So, but you need, and your food, make sure you go with the dried foods as much as possible, because canned foods is not the way to go.
Too heavy.
Way too heavy. You want to try to go as light as possible.
Spam singles.
Yeah, we had
Tuna packs.
Spam singles, tuna packs, packed crackers, We do ramen noodles, which we actually take those and put ramen noodles, and then we make rice, dried rice dishes, our oatmeal, but we take all that and put it in quart Ziploc bags and freezer bags, and you can boil your water in your cup and then pour it right in that freezer bag, and
Don't ever have to dirty a pot.
don't have to dirty a pot, no, and just put it in your overquilt or sleeping bag for probably about, what, how long we leave them in?
10, 15 minutes.
About 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
It don't take long, and you got dinner. Don't have to worry about it. You just make in our bear bag we keep an extra Ziploc,
We use oatmeal in the morning.
and we take that Ziploc, and that's where all of our trash goes, and it all goes up in the bear bag. But anyway, guys, be real careful with what you try to carry. I mean, we're right now, we're still packing too heavy. We're packing probably 30-pound packs.
Yeah, but that's a full loadout.
But
That's not a big
yeah,
load.
but that's a full loadout. That's for 3 days, 2
That's
nights.
medical
Medical
equipment, batteries.
equipment, batteries, our water, everything we need, plus our filters and our
Fuel for the
tarps, tarps and hammocks and underquilts and overquilts.
fuel for the stove.
Yeah, fuel for alcohol, for our stoves, for alcohol stoves, and our filter system.
Yep.
So, but we're gonna lay here and just rest a little bit. My feet's is hurt. I've got blisters on my feet. The bottom of my feet are so sore. But then I'm gonna pull out the clean pair of socks I got in there and change out, because I think I got some sand in these socks or something. So I'm going to change my socks out, and hopefully that helps and cushions them a little bit more. Because we got what, about 6 miles to get out of here?
Yeah.
But we're wanting to camp out another night, so.
We'll probably go 4 miles of it, and then about a quarter of a mile down Borden Creek to a campsite there. So all we'll have is about a mile to get out tomorrow, or something like that, or 2 mile and a half,
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah, he said that we're gonna go down and camp the last spot that we camped last time, down the Borden Creek Trail, and that way we'll only have a mile tomorrow morning to get out and get back to the truck. So we still got a good bit of hike to do today. We'll probably hike, and with us being so old, as he says, we old, we'll do some hiking and resting and hiking and resting and hiking and resting, especially with my poor little old feet. And then me sliding down that hill yesterday, getting away from that rattlesnake. I've got my back messed up again, so it's been interesting. So, but I'll get back with you in a little while.
Alrighty. Well, it is about 8:40, 8:37 exactly, and we're calling it a day. We're so wore out tonight, we didn't even bother cooking supper. We had a Spam single and 4 crackers each. That's what we had for supper.
I ate 2 of mine.
Huh?
I ate 2 of mine, gave you 2.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right. I had a couple extra ones. Miss Molly didn't eat all hers, so anyway, we're laid up in the bed and in the hammocks, and we got a tight hang tonight.
Yes.
I mean, Miss Molly's literally in about, I don't know, a quarter of my hammock with me. Makes it a little tough, but we like hanging off the same trees together so we can be close. And Miss Molly likes that a whole lot better than being under two different tarps. So, and it works. It's fine. Uh, all in all, it's been a long day. It's been a rough day.
It's been a rough couple
Uh,
days.
yeah, we had a double back, so we ended up hiking about 16 miles already uh, over the last 2 days, which is more than what we wanted to do.
My feet are killing me.
Yeah, yeah. And we only got about, what, Miss Molly, a mile to hike out of here tomorrow, something
Yeah.
like that, mile and a half. So I think it's about a mile and a half. So no, it's a mile because
All
it's
uphill.
three quarters of a mile. Once you get out to the road, and we're about a quarter mile from the road, so
It's all uphill.
It's not a road; it's a trail, but
Yeah.
it's yeah, and it's all uphill all the way to the truck. But we're planning on sleeping in and just taking our time. It rained this evening already, and it's supposed to rain all night. It's just sprinkling out there now. We're under a pretty good canopy of hemlock trees. Supposed to rain tomorrow. Supposed to get down to 40s. So it'll be nice, nice night. And it's supposed to rain tomorrow morning and ease up, I think. Unless they've changed the forecast. It don't matter.
What are you talking about? They never change the forecast.
Yeah. If you don't like the forecast, just hang around 10 minutes. It'll change.
Yep.
But anyway, we're going to hit it. Like I said, we're so wore out tonight. We just did I get you? We were so wore out tonight that we just didn't even feel like cooking supper, man. It just seemed like too tedious a task. I went and got water while Miss Molly put the tarp up, and I got soaked to the bone. It was raining down there, out in the open in the creek down there. And I just was drenched. My pants soaking wet, my shirt, and I know they're not going to dry tonight. So I'm debating whether or not I'll even want to put on those wet clothes in the morning since we're just hiking out, that mile. I might just wear my rain pants and that's it. Just my drawers and my rain pants. I don't know.
Woo!
But but I could wear my night pants, I expect. My sleeping pants. It's too hot to have them on, so I didn't bother putting them on tonight. But I'm under my top quilt. You couldn't see nothing if you tried. Not that you'd want to, anyway. But you got anything to add, Miss Molly?
No, just tired. I don't like that one trail because there's just not much there.
But a little more light get in there on you.
There's not much there to really photo or anything like that. And I told him that I'd care less even hitting that one again. It was miserable. All growed up. Had a lot of trees down. You had to try to maneuver around, and a couple that was really precariously perched.
Yeah.
That you had to go under. You're like, please don't fall, please don't fall, please don't fall.
They were nothing splintered. Very few splinters holding the big end up.
Yeah, it was.
A few branches. It was, yeah.
And then that rattlesnake, I was shook up all night last night. But
he just wanted to be your friend.
He don't need to be my friend.
That's the third or fourth time I've yawned. Whew. All righty. Well, we're going to hit it, I reckon.
Oh, good night, guys. See you in the morning.
Night. All right. Well, it got down to 44 last night, according to my watch, which is, you know, pretty accurate, and that was hanging on the ridge line, so it'd be, you know, closer to accurate. And it was a little too warm, but I had to get up and put my coat on. I took my top quilt and put it down over my legs. My coat just left it stay uncovered. And that was about, what was it, 5 o'clock, 5:30, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It had me a nice hot cup of tea from the hammock, and now I'm having a, what's it called, a oodle noodle bomb?
Yeah.
For breakfast, because I didn't feel like eating oatmeal. And it's good. Put a little extra water in it. Delicious.
Yeah, wind whipped all night long. It was chilly, but I stayed warm in my overquilt and underquilt. Had to get out of the bed and stick my jacket right on and my cap. It's chilly out here this morning. But all in all, it was really good to be able to lay down and get off my sore feet and everything last night. By the time we got here, that long of a pack and was too much on my feet. I still haven't found shoes that actually work for my feet. But we've had a pretty good time. It hadn't been one of our best trips because just so many things that happened, not being able to find water for so long, and the path ending and running into the rattlesnake.
The rain.
The rain. But we're all set up here at camp, and
That's all part of the adventure, though, right?
yeah, that's part of the adventure. But we ended up camping at the last spot we camped in our last video, and I guess we'll just get back with you after we tear everything down and start the hike out.
This morning at, what time was it? I don't even know, 5 o'clock? Something like that. When I had to get up to answer nature's call, I thought I heard a bear growling, you know? And then I realized there's probably no bears in this area. But there is a lot of hogs in this area, wild hogs. And I thought, it must be a wild hog, you know? And then I realized it was my belly growling and grumbling. Man, that's why I had to make me a hot cup of tea, 5:30, whatever it was.
And he just finished making me a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I did.
I gotta wait till daylight. I don't like getting up in the dark.
That's fine. All our wet clothes dried. Let's see if I can. I don't know. I guess you kind of see our dirty,
Clothesline
smelly
over the
socks and
ridgeline.
shirts and pants. That's my balaclava hanging there. Had my head covered up. Keeping my head warm. Yeah.
We figured we'd just get back in the hammocks and warm back up a little bit before we hiked out. We're not in no hurry today.
Miss Molly shared my hammock last night with me. Made it awful hard to get comfortable. I couldn't get an asymmetrical lay, so I'm laying directly under my ridge line. I had to share my hammock with Miss Molly. See how I'm sleeping like that? She's literally, she's literally on top of me, and I'm laying directly under my ridge line, so I couldn't get an asymmetrical lay. Slept like a banana, you know.
Well, we were side by side last night, but I sat down on my hammock and couldn't get out. So when I finally got myself pulled up out of it, I went ahead and raised my feet up one more notch. When I did, I was over top of him.
That's all right. It worked out.
If I would have raised my head up one more too, I might have been totally over you. We would have had bunk beds.
Yeah, bunk beds.
I don't know if I could have reached to get in and out, but
I don't know. I like laying asymmetrical, you know, on an angle. I like to put my head on this right side, my feet over on the left side, but just can't do it when somebody's right up against you. So
well, I'm right up against you all the time.
that's
so.
true. That's true.
Just trying to make it more like home.
I reckon, yeah. That's old B. Get on out of here, B.
Go, B! Go, baby. Go, baby.
Oh.
But we had a good evening anyways.
Yeah, it was
Even
good.
though every time I rolled, I about jossed you right out of your hammock.
I thought you broke my ribs once. And my wrist once, too.
I am so sorry.
I don't know. You're hard on me.
I'm making sure you're alive. That's what pain means.
That's it.
I live with pain every day. He's laying
Who
beside
don't?
me.
Oh. Ain't making you coffee or anything anymore.
Too late to take it back, ain't it?
Yep, too late. Set it.
Oh, well.
Light back up here.
Anywho. We're going to lay here for a little bit longer. What time is it now?
Well, 7:59 a.m.
7:59 already.
Yeah.
We're hearing gunshots through the woods where people's hunting. So, as long as they don't think we're a squirrel, we'd be awful big squirrels.
Well, yeah, kind of squirrely sometime, I reckon.
Cheyenne, they might figure she's a squirrel, but she don't have a tail.
Well, I've seen squirrels without tails. Used to be two of them that lived right down from our house.
Yeah, what was it you named them?
Cody and I. One was Snubby and one was Stubby, I think.
Something
I
like
don't
that.
know. Snubby and
Original.
Stubby. Yeah, one had a little tail about a ½ inch long, and the other one had a tail about 2 inches long. We had Snubby and Stubby or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, we haven't seen them in a long time.
Nah, it's hard telling. Somebody probably tried to take a fork and stick and twist them out of a knot hole and ripped their tails off.
That's
Well,
sad.
I reckon. I don't know. Let me see this thing a second. Oh,
Oh, your hand's right over. That looked like a butt.
that was my hands. I'll stick my hand over it again. Can you see that? Yeah. Look at all that trash over there.
Isn't that
The
horrible?
previous occupants left here. I told Miss Molly, I said, I'm not going to haul that trash out of here, pack it out, but man, I'll have to. I can't stand to leave it.
Yeah. What you bring in, you take out. This is ridiculous.
There's tin cans over there, and I don't know what all. 2 steel rods must have been
I think
bug things or something. I don't know what to think they are. All kinds of paper, and I hate that junk.
yeah, they made a fire ring. They're not supposed to be right now. We're supposed to use designated fire rings because we have a fire ban. But you can use the designated fire rings and use your alcohol burners.
That
But-
might have been there. I don't know.
No, that wasn't there
That
last
wasn't there?
time. No, because they had our Alabama hammers in
Oh,
there. I had to
oh.
pull one out.
Oh, yeah.
Our rocks is our Alabama hammers when we have to
Alabama
put
hammer.
our tap our pegs in.
Yeah. At least they burnt their tin cans out. That gets all the food out of them and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But
They
the
needed-
leftovers. But they should have smashed them down and packed it out.
Yep.
I don't know what's wrong with people. Just ignorant knobheads.
People are knobheads. That's why we like getting away from them all.
Yeah. But I'll pack it out. I just, we only have, what, a mile?
Yeah, we got a mile left to the truck.
I'll pack it out.
But, oh well. Clean your mess up.
Yeah. I would say this, shame on you. If you're watching this, shame on you, man.
Yeah.
You leave junk laying around like that, shame on you, man. That's a pitiful, stinking shame.
What I hate worse is going down a trail and finding women's feminine products used laying on the trails. And you're like, serious?
Dig a hole, people.
Yeah. That's horrible.
I mean, good night. You can take a stick and dig a hole with a stick.
Yeah, there's
bury that stuff.
No
Get off
sense
the
in
trail.
that crap.
Get off the stinking trail.
We probably saw 3 or 4 of those on the trail this time.
That's terrible.
Right in the middle of the trail.
Yep.
And it's like, oh my goodness.
Another dumb, ignorant knobhead.
Told you, they're all knobheads. Only a select few is in our circle. And they're all knobheads too, including us.
Oh.
Cheyenne, is you about ready? That's what she does every time. As soon as we put our packs on, she's ready to rock. Oh, hit a stick. You ready? Let's go.
Here we go. Let's go.
Let's go. Go on. Lead on. Yeah. Here we had to pack out all kinds of garbage from the previous occupant. But we hated to leave it. I mean, it was cans and bottles and all kinds of crap. But we're going to head on back to the car. We got about a mile to the car now. She hurt her foot. She's hanging that back one now.
She does that.
Okay.
She's always done that since she was a pup.
Really?
Yeah, she just, I don't know what the deal is. She just hikes it up there.
I've never seen her do that, walking behind her.
She always does that.
We'll talk at you at the car.
Well, we made it back to the truck, and we're heading on out. We had a good time. Had quite a few, I don't know, little mishaps, I guess. Little things, like rattlesnakes and things like that. And for some reason, I kept doing everything backwards this time. I don't know what in the world my deal is. I'd go to tie something, and I'd like a trucker's hitch, and I'd tie it backwards, and I never do that. I put my tree straps on backwards once. I thought it was just one, then I realized it was both of them for my hammock, and I'm like, what? And I've hung those things hundreds of times. I don't know what in the world. It was just backwards 3 days, I guess.
You did it 3 times.
Did I do it 3 times?
Yes.
Did it 3 times. And so, I don't know. But at least we're driving forward, not getting out of here backwards. Hey, man. Alrighty, well, Molly, you have anything to add on to that?
No.
The water sure is good.
Yes. We'll come back with you if we have anything on the way home, but we're heading out and ready.
Never did get nothing on it.
Are we home? Are we home? Last time we came home, she ran to the couch, to the chairs, to the recliner, everything, just yelling, hello, hello, hello. I was hoping she'd do it this time, but she didn't do it.
Hello. Hello. Hello, babies. Is you glad to be home? Is you glad to be home?
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Yeah, I get that belly rubbed. Hiker. Hiker, you're a hiker, man.
Oh, she's wore out as we are. Yeah, as wore out as we are.